start this video, let me know in the comments, was there enough room on that piece of wood in that Titanic? Could Jack fit or no? With all this recent talk about Ocean Gate, the Titanic, the submersible, everything like that, it got me to thinking about the people that were on board of the Titanic. Like, what were they doing leading up to that terrible, terrible day? Were people reading books? What were they reading? What kind of books would you want to read if you were going on such a long voyage? And it got me to thinking about what I would bring with me if I was going on a very, very, very long boat ride as well. If I was on the Titanic, what kind of books would I take with me? So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to talk about some book recommendations if I was going on the Titanic. What would I be reading? What would I recommend to you to read? Yeah, these books are going to give oceany, like sea mist.
I can smell the salty air.
I'm dreaming of pirates and open seas and treasures.
Love.
Those are all the vibes we're giving with these book recommendations. This goes without saying, obviously, very, very sad what happened with Ocean Gate, the submersible. That's not anything to be taken lightly. It just made me think of the whole movie, The Titanic, and Rose. And if I was her, what would I be reading on board the ship? And just trying to think of it like that. The first one I wanted to mention is probably one of my favorites in this list, and that is the Fable series or duology. We have Fable and Namesake. These two books are just, first of all, they're absolutely stunning. I've mentioned them several times on my channel.
I have a reading vlog I will link down below.
This is a young adult story of a girl named Fable whose family, I believe, are like these pirate treasure hunter, like gem hunter people. She's left on this island to kind of fend for herself by her father, and she has to like save up enough money to go find him and get some answers to a lot of things that happened in her past and her present, her future. She gets passage along the way by a guy and his crew of, you know, ruffians, and they kind of embark on this adventure together. The setting is just so immersive because you're in this world where it's water every which way, and the main currency there is like gems, jewels, things like that. It just makes me think of treasure and the possibilities of things that are underneath the ocean. And yeah, it's a really great story. Has a little bit of romance, has a lot of adventure, has all of the piratey vibes that you're looking for if you're on a boat, I think. So this had to make the list, obviously. Another YA book that I recommend is one that I just finished reading. This is part of a series, but the series is not completed yet, and that is Dark Shores by Danielle L. Jensen. We even have a nice ship here, and this book series, while it doesn't necessarily take place fully like on a boat, we have a lot of other things going on in different POVs. For the first book, we do have quite a bit of time that is spent on a ship, and the story revolves around Tariana, who is the daughter of a woman who is the kind of like the captain of this ship. So she is, in a sense, like
Co-captain or something?
she's considered a pirate. She has a crew, she has a ship, she mans the seas. They're kind of looked down upon by this kingdom. They want Tariana and her crew to like work for the kingdom, and they're not about that. So there's a lot of things that go on in this story. It's very intense.
We have an enemies to lovers, forced proximity type of situation happening here.
But if I was on the Titanic and I had this book,
Oh my gosh.
I would be looking around for some creepy creatures that are like lurking underneath the ocean. What this book really encompasses and focuses on is just like unseen worlds and a lot of possibilities that come with that. So highly recommend this series.
Switching gears, something a little more romantic and a little less piratey.
We have The Ship of Brides by Jojo Moyes. This is a post-World War II story of war brides who basically cross the seas to get to their new husbands. So the setting takes place in Australia, and all of these women who got married to men before the war started, World War II, they are now embarking, they're getting on the ship to cross the seas, take a super long voyage over to England. And they're on the boat with soldiers, with aircrafts as well, to make this super long voyage because the war's over and everyone's just trying to get home and get to their loved ones, etc. So it's about a woman, one of the women that's on this boat and her time on here, and you're uncovering a lot about her past and her journey as she takes this long voyage. It's romantic, but I will say, like, there were moments where I was really crying, so just prepare yourself for an emotional read if you are wanting something that's gonna be a tearjerker, this is definitely the one for you. The Ship of Brides is really, really heartwarming. Jojo Moyes, who is the author of Me Before You, is just such a great storyteller, and
she really knows how to pull at your heartstrings, okay?
if you're ready for like some salty water, and it's not the ocean, it's your tears, this is the book for you. I actually just read this book, and when I finished it, I was just like, this is gonna fit perfectly for this video. House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig is the creepiest, but like best book I think you could read if you were going on the Titanic. This doesn't take place on a boat, okay? However, we have a kingdom by the sea. We have a creepy mystery with like ghosts. This is a fairy tale retelling of The 12 Dancing Princesses by Brothers Grimm. In this manor by the sea, 12 sisters are cursed. We have sisters that are dying off, and our main character, Anna Lee, she is on the hunt to figure out what's going on. Is her family cursed? What's happening at this house? Why are things happening? And she's trying to solve it. There is a little bit of romance here, but this is YA as well, so it's not going to have any spice or anything like that. It's just like a subplot. The main plot is going to be her dealing with her sisters and trying to uncover this mystery. But it fits perfectly here because, first of all, its cover, it's just very
aqua themed.
where a lot of things happen that take place on or near the water, and so it's really good. I think that if you're looking for something a little darker and spookier, this is a really great option for you. It's got a little bit of everything, and I absolutely adored this book. The writing is phenomenal, and yeah, I think it's a fairy tale story with a not so fairy tale ending. The next book I have is Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I don't have the physical copy, but I've read this book before years ago and I really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna put it up here because it does take place on a ship technically, even though it's like a riverboat cruise on the Nile. This book is a mystery. We have a newlywed couple that go on this boat, and there's like their family members and friends or whoever, and they're on like their honeymoon, and someone shows up dead on this boat, and so they're trying to solve the mystery, and one of the people that are on this boat is Hercule Poirot. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a detective that's in most of Agatha Christie's books, and he's determined to solve the case of the mystery of the death on the Nile. So it's really cool, it's creepy, it's got like a mystery of who done it, and one of the suspects is currently on board this boat. So very fun if you were on a boat. Like, it definitely would get your wheels turning and having you look like down the halls, turning your head over your shoulder like,
okay, is this real life?
because it's got all of those vibes. But highly recommend. Agatha Christie can do no wrong in my opinion, so you have to read it. If you're going on the Titanic, you have to read this book. And then the last book that we have is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This is a thriller mystery as well, and
I don't know what that says about me that I'm recommending all of these like creepy books on the Titanic, but
our main character is a journalist, and she gets on board this super luxury cruise line because she's working for this travel magazine, so it's kind of like the opportunity of a lifetime for her. This luxury cruise line has only a handful of cabins, so she is one of the lucky people that gets to go on this voyage, and everything starts off really nice and sunny and beautiful, and it's like the perfect trip.
Cough, cough, what does that remind you of?
And then as the week progresses, things take a turn for the worse because she sees someone fall overboard, but when she informs people of it, they do like a head count and everyone's accounted for, so she doesn't really know what did she see or didn't she see. And yeah, the ship keeps going on their journey as if nothing is wrong, and so our main character is determined to kind of convince people that what she saw was real. So definitely like a creepy thing to think about. If I was on a boat, like seeing someone get thrown overboard would not be fun, but I think that would be a really fun read and perfect for the situation, you know? Yeah, what do you think? Do you recommend any other books? If you're going on a cruise, if you're on the Titanic, what are the books you would bring with you? And let me know in the comments down below. I have some more recommendations here for books in case you're interested. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe if you feel led to. And until next time, I'll catch you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.